Hello there, it's Lara-Lyn and this is another post-COVID recovery video. Today I'd like to share with you a really short yoga practice I'm calling bite-sized yoga, and I'm hoping that you could pepper this into your daily practices, maybe even in your lunch break, and that's going to help you to get a little bit more centered, declutter your mind, reset a little bit, and then you'll feel a little bit more equipped to go back to work or deal with whatever is waiting for you in the rest of your life. So I really like to start my practices with movement, so let's go ahead and begin. Coming into Vajrasana, sitting on your knees, I'm just going to show you a side version of this. If this posture is not comfortable for you, either because the top of your feet or ankles are tight, or it's really tight in your quads or knees, you're welcome to do this slightly elevated, and then just maybe from time to time try sitting down to begin opening up this pose. So we'll start with opening up the chest and moving the spine. As we inhale, we'll take the arms back, try to lift the chest, arching the back, and then as we exhale, rounding the back and hugging onto the body. And then repeating, but with the arms slightly higher. And exhaling. And just keep moving the arms higher in relation to the shoulders as we go. This last one, arms all the way up. And release. Let's do another round. And release. Continuing with this pose, remember to give yourself relief as often as you need to by lifting up. We're going to shift the hips over to the left, take the shoulders up to the right, and you can even hold onto your left wrist with your right hand and give yourself a little bit of traction as you push the hips over in one direction and stretch over in the other direction. Inhaling to the top, exhaling over to the other side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And release. Coming onto our hands and knees for downward facing dog. Spread your fingers really nice and wide so you have a great base. Curl your toes. And then as you push your hips up towards the sky, you can release the head. I recommend keeping the knees bent in the beginning. This will help you achieve a nice straight spine. Relaxing the head, pushing into the floor to feel the shoulders activated. And then we can start to slowly walk the dog, alternating, bending and straightening the legs. Just starting to gently open that posterior chain. Remember to use your breath wisely. A yoga practice is only really complete when we really use our breath with intention. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Keeping the breath slow and controlled and keeping the heart rate down. Excellent. Let's try taking both heels down to the floor even if the knees are a little bent. Really lifting the hips up to the sky. If you're comfortable with downward facing dog, maybe you want to try a couple of little spinal rolls. If you're less comfortable, go ahead and put your knees down and take rest. Excellent. So from our downward facing dog, we're going to step our right foot to the front. For most people, getting the foot all the way to the front of the mat is a little bit tricky in the beginning. So something you could try doing is taking the foot out to the side. And if you didn't quite make it all the way to the front, then just go ahead and use your hand to help you bring the foot forward so that it's in line with your hands. From here, we're just going to move a little in and out, opening the front of the hip. So we're really wanting to open the hip flexors, create a little bit of space in the front body. And then slowly moving back to downward facing dog. Over to the other side, left foot over to the front. And then again, just gently and very slowly, very mindfully, pulsing in and out. And then maybe for that last breath, holding for a moment. And then stepping back to downward facing dog. Already feeling the body to begin to respond to the movement, feeling slightly more loose. We're going to step both of our feet forward now, wide of the hands, into Malasana, our squat pose. So from the side here, you can see that I'm trying to keep my spine upright and quite straight, tailbone dropping heavy towards the floor, but it's neither tucked nor sticking all the way out, just kind of relaxing it down. From the front here, you can see the feet more or less at a 45-degree angle. And if the heels are lifted, that's okay. You can either just work on actively trying to drop the heels down. It may take time for them to reach, or you can even roll up your yoga mat or place a towel or something underneath your heels. But if you're up here, this is still perfectly possible. We also want to keep the knees apart. I often hear people cueing that you use your elbows to keep the knees apart. And while that's certainly useful, it's more important to think about the glute muscles keeping your knees apart. So as you activate your butt can pull the knees wide, and then you can just use the elbows as a small assist. Hands into prayer, tucking the chin down. This is a posture that is meant to be quite natural for many of us, but we've kind of lost the ability to come into this pose for a myriad of reasons, which are too many for me to get into in this video. Probably I'll cover this again in another video that's a bit more extensive. But this posture is for many people still their natural rest pose. They work this way, they go to the toilet this way, they give birth this way, and this is meant to be quite an easy posture for us. And if you've ever looked at a little baby, when they need to take rest from learning to walk, they'll sit like this and then they'll just get up and start walking again. So essentially, we're just trying to go back to being babies again. Nice, so we're going to add a little challenge here. We're going to start to rise and push ourselves up towards the sky. Squeeze the butt at the top here. And then if you can, lift up onto the toes. Try to keep some weight in your big toes, so you're trying to keep the weight even in the feet. And then we can slowly release the heels back down. I'm just turning sideways for visibility. From here, we can interlace the hands behind the back, open the chest, try to lift the heart towards the sky. Depending on how your back feels, you're welcome to take this into a slightly deeper back bend. Open the chest, and then exhale, release. So you can come back down to sitting now. We're going to move into a little bit of breath work. So taking any seated position that's comfortable for you, can be normal cross-legged position. You could sit on a chair. Whatever works for you, try to keep the spine nice and long. Today we're going to be practicing Nadi Shodana, alternate nostril breathing. So breath work is one of the ways in which we control prana in the body. In yoga, prana is the vital life force. It's very similar to qi in Chinese medicine. And one of the primary ways that we work with energy or prana in our bodies is through the breath. So that's why in yoga, breath work is called pranayama. So energy work, essentially. So alternate nostril breathing helps us to just balance our yin and yang energies, helps us to become a little bit more focused. So today I'm going to show you just a really nice simplified version of Nadi Shodana. Bring your left hand into Gyan or Chin Mudra, resting onto the knee with the elbow extended. The right hand, we're going to tuck the index finger and middle finger into the thumb pad to lock them in place. And we'll be using our thumb and ring finger to digitally manipulate the nose, manipulating the nose with the digits. So we're going to block the right nostril with the thumb and the left nostril with the ring finger. Starting with a normal inhale and exhale. Then blocking your nostril with your right nostril with your thumb. Inhale through the left. Block the left nostril with the ring finger. Release the thumb, exhale right. Inhale right. Block. Exhale left. Inhale left. Block. Exhale right. Inhale right. Block. Exhale left. One more round. Inhale left. Block both nostrils and hold. And then exhale right. Inhale right. Block both nostrils, hold. Exhale left. Release your hands and return to normal breathing in and out through the nose. Nice. Bring your right hand onto your heart and your left hand onto your belly button. Take a moment to give gratitude for the heart that's beating in your chest, for your lungs, and for all the other organs and processes that happen in your body all the time without you having to think of them, that keep you alive, that keep you healthy. And just allow this gratitude to saturate your body, permeating each and every cell. And then bringing your hands together and opening your eyes. I hope that this practice has helped you just regroup, recenter, and that having a short little yoga practice like this can help you to make a more consistent practice. And hopefully that you go back into the rest of your day, maybe the rest of your week, feeling a little bit more elevated. You can check my channel to see some of the other videos that I've made depending on where you are in your COVID recovery, or if you're recovering from a normal flu or cold or maybe some other ailments, or whether you're just starting out on your yoga practice. Please go ahead and look at the free resources. Feel free to reach out to me, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.